Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're slicing right through that crazy internet hype surrounding those so-called death date calculators. Look, we've all seen the clickbait, right? Those pop-up apps promising to predict your exact expiration date from a quick 5-question quiz. But is there actually any real clinical bioinformatics behind the curtain there? Well, let's dive in and separate the internet fiction from the hard medical facts.
So can these advanced AI life calculators really tell your future? I mean, it sounds like science fiction. To answer that properly, we've got to totally isolate all that consumer noise from actual rigorous clinical data science and machine learning. Because here's the truth. Artificial intelligence is absolutely revolutionizing predictive medicine and mortality risk algorithms. It's a real game changer. It just isn't doing it the way your smartphone wants you to think. To understand the true science of longevity prediction, we need to look at the real data.
Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll be hitting 4 main stops. Number 1, predicting your biological future. Number 2, entertainment bots versus clinical AI. Number 3, the danger of algorithmic bias. And finally, number 4, self-optimizing medical AI. Let's get into it.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, predicting your biological future.
So what exactly is biological age? Well, instead of just counting the years you've been alive, it's tracked through your unique molecular biomarkers and something called DNA methylation. And guys, this is a massive paradigm shift. These highly sophisticated clinical models actually read the microscopic changes in how your genes express themselves over time. They're calculating your actual cellular wear and tear. It's a fundamental leap from just counting your birthdays to measuring your actual physical vitality. Think of your chronological age as a fixed, stubborn metric. It's literally just a date on a calendar. Biological age, however, is the true living story of your body. Clinical AI honestly doesn't care what year you were born. It's looking for the truth inside your cellular, blood biomarkers, and DNA strands. It's parsing these massive data sets of physical health metrics to understand exactly how your specific physiology is aging in real time.
Moving right along to Section 2, entertainment bots versus clinical AI.
Right now, the market is basically split into 2 completely different worlds. On one side, you have these consumer health chatbots. They're great for novelty and entertainment, offering general longevity guesses based on broad data sets. But let's be real, it's essentially digital fortune-telling. But on the flip side, you've got professional clinical AI. This is the real deal. Highly regulated, FDA-approved models built on verified datasets and incredibly precise diagnostic statistics. When we're talking about AI health calculator accuracy, true predictive medicine happens strictly in the clinical realm, entirely removed from those consumer gimmicks.
Now, we really need to talk about Section 3, the danger of algorithmic bias.
So, algorithmic bias occurs when prediction models just don't have enough representation from diverse populations globally. Imagine a giant globe of demographic data. If the AI is only trained on genetic profiles from a few specific regions or just a single demographic group, its predictions simply won't be accurate for everyone else on the planet. It's like the AI is wearing blinders, making its biological age outputs scientifically unreliable for huge portions of the global population.
Looking at current market trends, we're seeing some massive technical hurdles out there. We're talking model overfitting, training dataset biases, and a severe lack of demographic representation. And overfitting? That is a particularly major risk. It happens when an AI memorizes its specific training data so perfectly that it completely fails to make accurate predictions when it encounters a new real-world patient. It's kind of like a student who perfectly memorizes the answers to a practice test, but then totally bombs the actual exam. If diverse populations aren't in that initial data pipeline, the whole mortality risk algorithm basically breaks down.
Which leads us perfectly into our final stop, Section 4, self-optimizing medical AI.
Okay, so let's look at the predictive data pipeline of the future. It's essentially 3 steps. Step 1, the system ingests your specific health checkup inputs, like your unique blood biomarkers and DNA methylation data. Step 2, it immediately processes that data against these rapidly expanding clinical research databases. And Step 3, the output. Now, it doesn't just spit out a static expiration date. Instead, it gives you dynamically updated wellness recommendations. It's this continuous loop designed to actually improve your health span based on exactly how your body is changing today.
And this right here is the absolute key to predictive medicine. Future AI health systems will dynamically adjust predictions as clinical research databases expand. Think about that for a second. It means these algorithms are literally learning continuously.
They are constantly self-correcting biases every single time a new demographic dataset or clinical trial is uploaded globally. They're becoming incredibly precise tools for real clinical diagnostics.
Now, I want to reassure you, this science is backed by some serious heavy hitters. Authoritative bodies like the National Institutes of Health, Nature Medicine, and the World Health Organization are providing the clinical rigor. Meanwhile, institutions like the Library of Congress and the Smithsonian are ensuring that deep, diverse historical and demographic data is mapped to combat those exact algorithmic biases we were just talking about. These foundations guarantee absolute scientific credibility over cheap internet hype.
Which brings us to the end of our explainer. But before we go, I want to leave you with a final, provocative thought to chew on. Knowing the limits of data bias and the immense, growing power of self-optimizing clinical AI, how much would you trust a machine with your medical destiny? As these FDA-approved algorithms become shockingly precise at calculating your biological age and mortality risks, we really have to ask ourselves, how much of our biological future do we actually want to see on a dashboard? Thank you so much for joining me today. Keep questioning the science and keep learning.